Hey guys, this is Matt here, and I'm going to start doing some thoughts and opinions on some of my manga in my collection. I've got about 600 volumes and counting so far, so let me get started with one of the first ones that I ever got, and still get regularly, Rave Master by Hiro Mashima, yeah. And he's also now doing another series called Fairy Tail, which I haven't looked at because it's being done with Del Rey, so while I'm sure it's good, it's also a bit more expensive, because Tokyo Pop's like $9.99 a book, and Del Rey's like $10.45 a book, so that's a little bit more. And when you're like me and you buy a lot, those little bits add up quick. And so here I am with all of the books that have come out so far, all 32. And I always get this as soon as I find it, even if it's not online. Like if I see, I gotta go, oh, I gotta grab that because this just has fine artwork, and it's got a really well established world that it takes place in, with a whole bunch of characters. Literally there's like 8 or 9 different characters by the time you get to about volume 30 down here. And so there's no way you can't have somebody in there that you can't relate to. And then also you have your main character Haru with his own cool powers. Basically, it's this world where there are these evil people called Demon Card, and they have these powerful stones called Darkbring, and all of the Darkbring have their own special power that they grant the user when they hold them, and so they're using it to control the world. And then Haru comes in as this legendary warrior known as the Rave Master, who's this individual that uses these sort of polar opposite stones to the Darkbring called Rave Stones. And, well, the only one that has any power is the one that he puts in the sword, but that one has the power to change a sword into 10 different kinds of swords, all with their own unique ability. So there's a lot of, there's a lot of back and forth you can get in one fight when you have a sword that can change into 10 different ones. And also you have that cool moment where, oh, he learned a new sword. Awesome. Let's see what it does, sort of thing. And if you like One Piece, this is a lot like One Piece in sort of the super organic universe that it takes place in. Because also another thing I like about this, in other shows like Dragon Ball or Yu Yu Hakusho, it's usually like, okay, let's let the minor characters go in and try and beat up people, but they can't really because they're not the main character. And then Goku shows up and just kicks all their asses. Hooray! Story end. Not like this. Like in this, you have a lot of the minor characters actually get their own, individual moment in the sun to beat up the bad guy and all that. Like even one of the big bad characters, like this ogre dude, was beaten up by one of the minor characters. Like Haru, the main character, didn't even meet that guy, and one of his buddies beat him up for him. So it's not just all Haru all the time. You can have a favorite character that's a minor character. That's sort of a good thing. Especially Rurouni Kenshin. That's sort of one of the things that hung me up, was like, oh, Sanosuke can't do anything, but here, yeah, you got that. And then you have. There's also lots of good humor in here. I remember in volume 12, I think, it was in this volume that one of the little characters, Griff, turned his horse into a battle mode, and if you've read it, you know what I'm talking about, how hilarious that moment is. And when I read it, it was in my class, in my history class, and I couldn't stop laughing for like 5 minutes. It was so funny. But then, this girl like came up and looked at it, and she was like, "This is stupid," and then she actually wrote in my book in marker, "This is stupid," and that really pissed me off. And that's really the latter part is the only reason why I remember that part. So it's like but yeah, if you get a chance to look at this, definitely do. It's really great. Also, don't go based on what you saw in the Toonami show, Rave Master, because there was a lot of stuff in that was redone and stuff, especially that crappy intro music thing. I mean, that's another way it's kind of like One Piece. It had a crappy sort of almost rap intro done for it that really didn't do it justice. But yeah, also another thing is it kind of doesn't pick up really well until after the 7th book. So if in the beginning you're thinking, oh, this is a lot of, loose and unconnected battle sequences and stuff, he's not really progressing, just stay with it until about the 7th book, because I mean, there's 35 books, so it's not always the best. I mean, heck, Bleach didn't really start getting interesting until about volume 7, right? I mean, that's about when he started going to Soul Society, so if you can put up with that, just sort of write it out in this, and you'll really be pleased. So, I'll talk with you later. See y'all. Bye-bye. Trying not to knock it over.